On chest, save 3 wild now. There's a battle plan. Then he raised his hand. The 4 directions lead the great fire. Listen to my orders, follow his cry. The red cross just got sucked away. This time, it's burning towards his body. I've been on the ground for a long time, and it's very difficult to understand. Are you crazy? They use the strategy to kill the enemy. Used on my head. Save 3 fakes and sit down. We're not crazy. The possibility of this battle is, we prepare for ourselves. Stand up and stare at the enemy. I still don't understand. You can definitely throw a blow. And finally finish me. But in the end, you give up. They even use war against us. Up to myself. Save 3 fake glances, she laughs. Turning a good revenge drama into a suicide tragedy. Is it very absurd, right? Not long after, he looked unresponsive. Save 3 and continue talking. It's because of my revenge. And self-immolation is 2 separate things. You have passed my test. So I won't kill you. We burn our bodies after we die. My body won't be taken by that AI. Doing things we don't like. Staring at the enemy for a long time, we still don't understand. Save 3 have quickly help her solve the doubt, or... It's very simple. When Duong Vu district was burned, you're just an infant. Are babies to blame? The fault is the big characters. See you as a spirit vessel. Switch from there. Carrying pink interprofessional, fire comes down to this world. With the ambitious. I want to use this to cause trouble. They are the objects of my revenge. The challenge I have prepared for you. It's actually used to check. You're eligible to inherit the position of the new emperor. Or not, after all. Putting the wrong person in the wrong place is dangerous. If you are not qualified, then we can only end it quickly. Kill you first, when you bring a greater disaster to this country. While the 2 of them were talking, then Ning Trung also came from under the shadow of the long overhanging Ra. CAP wearing mask. Don't mind when I'm listening to your conversation. It was amazing to see him come out. Why did you come out here? Save 3 prices. When I saw the appearance of the Ning Trung, I woke up. That's what Ra is. The one hiding in her shadow is you. It's not strange when we use the secret to find the enemy of destruction. There's still no way to find you. Nin Trung was a little surprised to hear that. You can see my presence. 3 also does not have a sign, immediately replied. When I say the power of the spear, and use it to stab the Duke of Zhou, in that moment, your intention to kill me was revealed. If not for her condition at the time. We can't. It cost her such a small price. Then run away. If you hear that, immediately turn around. He glanced at Nin Trung with his sharp eyes. It's not that we agreed, Sao. You must not interfere in my battle. Before you know the true nature of the enemy. Ning Trung quickly waved his hands to explain. Don't blame me. Your situation at that time was really dangerous. I can't stand by and not intervene. Save the 3 fakes and ignore the 2, and they keep talking. It is also because of your presence that the final challenge we originally planned was unable to deploy. After all, with the tacit support of a master like you, she can't be forced into a corner. The police looked at him laughing. In fact, you can still try again. Maybe I'm not your opponent. Save 3 cents of sigh polite words. Stop it. The intuition of posterity is very standard. If you're well prepared, I'm sure 300 for 10% can kill her. But if you change it to you, give me 1,000. If we had 1,000 chances, we couldn't do it. When I heard that, I was angry. My hands screamed. No, you won't have a chance. If I don't want to get information from you, I soon use the law. The Lord has prepared me to oppress you. Save 3 fakes and don't pay attention. She goes on. However, even though we consider ourselves observers, but actually we know this work of mine is redundant. The more I see him not paying attention to me, the more I get angry. Hey, don't ignore me. Save 3 and continue talking. Grand Tan that can nurture an unmatched talent. As Lord, then Sao can be thoughtless. In the selection of the successor to Zhou, the Lord has chosen you. It means you are the one who is best suited to the position of Lord. At the present time. Now, Zoe turned her head for a long time to collect the fire on this martial artist. Go save 3 and quickly stop it in vain. The fire was captured by the 4 sides, then hit out. The original owner could not control it. The battle ambushed Lord Zhou in the Southern Wei sword. Of the remaining 8 generals over that year, we were also at the scene. Characteristics of this battle. I know it couldn't be clearer. Nin Trung smiled when he heard that. It's like that? You have reclaimed the curse of death. After a long time of listening, he stared at him. He smiled kindly. Don't look at me like that. The martial arts master of this plot. No intention of continuing to fight. What I told him. Take back the curse left on you. This is not very reasonable. Sao save 3 pages. Calmly replied, don't worry, I'll take it back. But at the last moment, he pointed at the mask on his face. I don't have much time. Don't look at me like I'm innocent, not afraid of the fire on me. In fact, it's all thanks to this mask. It helps us stop all the pain. It's also constantly helping us heal. Caused by the fire. But the price is a bit high, haha. I can see it with my eyes closed. With super fast recovery. And the price to pay, it's burning my life. Save 3 fake again say, I was the one who was about to die. Don't even pay attention to my little incidents. You two probably don't mind if we do something of our own volition. Let's have a little chat. Let's see who's looking at this lady of mine. And then you can take back the curse. I have been staring at the middle for a long time. Nin Trung glanced at her sighing. Don't mind her. Let's get started. Save 3 had quick response. Okay, let's be brief. Then quickly start telling the story. After listening to Save 3 said all, Nin Trung immediately fell into thinking. Let's stop meddling. Unexpected, even the prince of the underworld appeared. Long time ago, it was hard to understand. The Dark Lord is Sao. Nin Trung quickly responded. That's the guy that I just mentioned. The mutant, they thought Kier. His true identity. Maybe it's a king. In the negative world, the details of AI are currently unknown. Because the kings of the underworld, most of them have multiple identities, often disguised as each other to escape. I asked again, but why the kings of the underworld? Interfering in the affairs of the world. Ning Trung is a little uncertain. Maybe it's to prepare for the Battle of the Bridge. Since the Lord of the Underworld 7, defeat at the hands of the enemy, hell has been without a lord for many years. Only the king. In such circumstances, there were a few kings who wanted to go further. It's also normal. Maybe this king, they thought. Wake up the memory of your past life. And then I'll get you to be my helper. Effective support. Help him win the battle. Battle of Nai Bridge. The war for the position of Lord of the Earth. That the underworld kings opened up to fight. Long time asking, even angering a great enemy like Sao. Nin Trung faced deep thought. In fact, for the kings of the underworld, intend to hang on the highest position. The enemy was soon the enemy. For a moment, I looked back at the third. The information you provided was really helpful. Compared to the trying to contain and balance forces with us. Then the king of the underworld, they think this is a variable that we don't know about. If you don't talk straight, then this time we could suffer a lot of damage. Save 3 fake satisfied nod. It would be nice if I could help. By the way, I have control over my body. After death, a compress of incense. Maybe you can try to locate his body. As soon as he takes over my body, take a chance this time, capture and imprison him forever. Nin Trung sighed. It's too hard. Characters at the king level of the T sound. They have escaped death for a long time. Body for them, it's just a cover to move in the world. Can restrict the freedom of the prince of the underworld. It can only be another king. Hold the home court advantage only. Speaking of which, Ning Trung suddenly stopped. In his head, I immediately saw the guy on the 3rd floor. Thien Lao Kier Pioneer. When I saw his attitude, 3 people spoke up. You seem to have a way of dealing with him. How do we coordinate? Staring at him, he asked. Describe information about him to me. As detailed as possible. More. Let's break the curse long enough for her to leave first. Save 3 and immediately nod. Millet is not a problem. Then he quickly told me everything. I thought I was able to see ahead of time the cause of death of others. During the time he followed me, he showed up. The ability to see the weaknesses of others. The same way of stopping time. By interfering with the distance between the lines, the life and death of others. If you want him alive, you must be careful of this trick. Nin Trung nodded. 3 and then hold up the spear in your hand. Then definitely stabbed himself in the chest. When the 2 of you saw that, they were all quiet, not speaking up. Save 3 fakes now to talk about the curse. Its principle is, it's not done with humans. Once I break the world of murder, then everything will be recalled by our sect's founder. Based on this mechanism, as long as we use the art of suicide when we die, then the magic will automatically dissipate. The curse on you, you will also disappear automatically, according to the death of the animal. Long wrinkled face. Why in the world is there such a cruel masterpiece? Save 3 fake laugh. Maybe because of the creator. The goal is to protect the community, not killing each other. By the way, in this last moment of life, I still have a grudging request. I hope you 2 help me finish. Under my bedroom bed, buried records of hunting experience, prescriptions and some of the drugs that we collect over the years. Give it all to my master. Then help me change the rules that I've accumulated over the years. False eye bars and bones fit my master. Good protection for people. When he finished saying these words, the 3 men were silent. He looked at him with a deep sigh. Rao is like that. I was wondering just now. The martial arts master of this plot. There's obviously a way to solve everything, without having to sacrifice yourself. But why doesn't he do that? He wants to use his own sacrifice in exchange for the protection of the court, for his help. Nin Trung pondered for a moment, and then seriously. Don't worry, master is protected. As long as we don't die, no one will be able to touch your master. Save 3 was satisfied nod. Thank you, then quickly recite the Dharma. Subservient to the great saint. It can solve thousands of disasters. God's great mercy. Descended in good fortune. According to his prayers. The fire of his life is in God's hands. This time also extinguished the spear and face. The mask on him was slowly falling away. Sighing, he is dead. Then I turned my head for a long time. Next thing, let me deal with you first. Long time, no idea, immediately nod. Ning Trung quickly hid at the side. You can quickly get away from this place. The body of 3 is still sitting there. After a moment of his appearance, gradually transformed into the shape of the imagination. Very fast body of Save 3 dildo. It's completely turned into a fantasy. I thought I saw my body covered in fire. This is amazing. The body was burned by the Red Cross. But the cause of death is life expectancy. This is Save 3 pages. So this is the central district. He quickly looked around. Very quickly, he sensed something not far away. It has long since returned to the dwarves. If nothing but the will, then she must have been that person's replacement. Say hello to her first, was at the same time. Ask her for help. Put a pink slap on the fire karma on people. I want to get up quickly and go to a long place. Hidden in his shadow, he thought. Of course, his goal is long. I won't let you achieve your goal. Think of this, an iron chain immediately shoots Ra towards the thought of Lao. I thought I couldn't react. Bound by iron chains. It quickly came out of the shadow. You are the king they thought you were. You've traded with a martial artist, right? You have sinned. Follow me on a journey. I thought I looked at Nin Trung, laughing contemptuously. A master like you is hiding in the dark. Smuggling others. It's embarrassing. Ning Trung was not angry and laughed coldly. It's just me and you here. When you were imprisoned in the open air. As long as we don't take the initiative, talk today, let others know. Then someone will know. Have I ever done this disgrace? All right, less bullshit. Follow me. On the 3rd floor of Qian Lao. The essay executed and Gao Sheng stood here waiting. Very quickly, Nin Trung led Theo to the thought. Your Majesty has sent you. Look at the person in front. Ask the essay to execute next to you. Can you confirm his identity? The essay executed the nod. Yes, this face is a bit impressive. He's definitely the king of the underworld. It's the closest thing to the legend. I thought I saw you two from a distance. Without any fear, my mouth is still open at the same time. To the east, the capital is standing at the door, staring at the distance. The devil thinks his attitude is wrong. I went to ask what was wrong. The man turned his head in front of him. We need to accelerate. Just now, there was a king who came down to earth. He knelt calmly and asked again. It's just borrowing the colors. Not to the extent. Do we have to temporarily adjust our plans? The capital is still not relaxed at all. I'm afraid this is just the beginning. The two of them then quickly went to the 10 good places. 10 amazing people, look at them. What has to go out? But the bearded man, he didn't say that the other day. Before opening the transposition of the Thymus Vegas and Duongkin capital, then we'll have to stay in the SAO. He looked at you seriously. When an urgent problem arises, listen to me. It doesn't make you stop practicing. You can open up channels and points along the way. But 10 goodness is not too twisted, almost asked. Okay, so what are we going out for this time? The wind replied. Let me help you get the first demon. 10 good things to hear, it's amazing. Uttered collect evil SAO. Then you must choose the devil. The devil is strong. Moreover, we are here. 10 good people who don't have to worry about detoxification after being possessed by the devil. The devil immediately cut off the devil's sword for the next time. This time we've picked the devil for 10 good. 10 good glances, he asked. What is it? It's sad and moody. Why is that so? Double-wind quick response. Is the extreme heat devil. After being cremated by Udo Ming. Transfer, scene to Dragon Fruit, in Jiangnin district. There are 2 people deep in the forest. A big one is looking for something. Han led the way into a cave. It's in this place. Have you remembered the way to get here? When the boy heard the middle-aged man ask, he nodded. I remember well, father. The middle-aged man nodded. All right, follow me into the cave. I will show you the treasure that my family discovered. This man is a martial artist named Maezdu. To learn to practice is to accept fire. The current level is level a median. When he finished, he lit a torch. Go deep into the cave. You 2 go like this one way into the cave. Can go for a while. The teenager couldn't help but ask. The old man has discovered what treasure is in here. Corn Julie's son replied. I asked him, but he wouldn't talk. But when it first brought us here, he mentioned it. We discovered this cave before. With him. They're all firemen. But they're all dead inside. He was the only one lucky to survive. Thanks to that, our house can monopolize this treasure. When a teenager hears it, he understands that it is so. The 2 then continue on their way. After a while, the corn stopped. The teenager looked at the scene in awe. Exclaimed, this is extreme heat SAO. Wait for the fire on him. Maybe not in legend. In front of them, it's a dry skeleton sitting in a pile. The special thing is, on him, it's covered by a min hoa. I see my son so amazed, and he turned his head and said, it's no surprise. When deep in the cave, there's a thermophilic demon. But what's amazing here is, it's the fire on him. This is the Udo fire in the legend. The teenager asked curiously, but the devil can move. At SAO, Master didn't use a spell to tie it up. If one day he runs away, then our house will be destroyed. I look at the devil in front of me. You don't have to worry about this. This devil is a little special. And we've done a lot of testing. Over the years, my final conclusion is that this demon is dead. And it's been turned into a torch. At the same time, they also lost their sense and ability to act. It's about where the creator went. And why put it here? There's no way to find out. Then it's time to get to work. Min quickly took the fire tank. I told you to bring it back. Then opened the cover raw, put on the ground. Children quickly listened to their father. Put the fire tank on the ground. Corn Do then quickly clicked the solution. Follow his movements. The fire tank is moving. Next, a fire Udo from above the devil flew out. And then quickly get inside the fire extinguisher. Done it all. Corn Do just picked up the container fire glanced son. Okay, let's go. Teenagers find it hard to understand. Ask only that much. Why don't you take a little more? Maezdu massage head boy. Because taking less like this, then we can keep it. If you take more, it will be self-harm. People should not be too greedy. Con, I saw some white skeletons next to the Kier rock. No, it's the end of those who can't contain ambition. In the heart, I don't know how to use my own energy to guide that fire. More, that's enough to last us a few years.